Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick review recap of the Haves and Have-Nots season 5 episode 7 Pieces of the Puzzle. This is probably going to be a quick review because it was only like 5 scenes throughout the whole entire 40 minutes. And they were drawn out, but it was a lot of information within each scene. So let's get started. So the episode opens where it ended last week with Hannah asking Benny for where the bracelet was. And Benny was like, I haven't seen that thing in a while. I haven't worn it. And Hannah was like, well, you practically wore that every day. So where is it? And he was like, man, I don't know. So by her saying that, and she said she handmade it. So it was like sentimental value to him. So by her saying that, it means that it's one of a kind. So he can't just say that he bought it somewhere and it just so happens to end up on the body, because Hannah physically made that. And she could just say, I don't know, she looked like the type that she may snitch, but she probably hold on because it's for Benny. If it was Candace, she probably would have snitched. But basically, she going back and forth trying to get him to tell him. They end up telling little Q to go shower, go take a bath or whatever. And she keep going back and forth trying to get him to tell her what he did. And he's sticking to his story that they didn't do anything. He's not telling Hannah anything. And Hannah ended up slapping the piss out of him. Not once, but twice. And Benny was like, I'm not going to sit up here and let you hit me. I'm not a little boy anymore. And she was like, well, I'll beat your ass every day if it's going to protect you or some junk. And she kept asking Candace what she got Benny into and all this stuff. And I'm thinking in my head, Candace never put Benny in it. Like, Benny came there after it happened and he volunteered to help bury the body. Candace didn't help him. That's just like when Jeffrey walked in and was stabbing Quincy. She didn't tell Jeffrey to come in and help. Like, they did this all on their own, but she basically still blaming Candace, what she always does. And Benny still not giving her any information. And Benny ended up cursing in front of her. She's like, don't curse in front of me or something like that. Respect me or something like that. But basically, Benny did not give her any information, which she was begging for. Little Quincy ended up coming out of the bathroom because they made him go take a shower or a bath or something, whatever. He ended up coming out saying that he didn't want Hannah to yell and what's going on and all this crap. And I'm like, yeah, Hannah was really loud. So even though she told him to go take a bath, he could still hear everything that she's saying because it's not like a shower. The water is not running. So he told her to calm down and stuff. So Hannah basically like calmed down or whatever. And then they changed over to another scene. Oh, I forgot to mention, Candace went into the bathroom with little Q and she was talking to him and he was asking her if she prayed. And she was like, no. And he was like, why? Grandmother prays every day. She was like, because I don't think anybody will hear me. And little Q was like, loud as grandma is, I'm quite sure God will hear her. The whole place hears her. And but the way Candace said it, she didn't say it like physically hear. So he didn't get that because he's a child. But Candace doesn't look like she had any maternal bone in her body. Like, there was no connection between her and her kid. It was so weird. It was like it was a babysitter. Like, well, not even babysitter. Babysitter have a connection to some kids. But it was like a stranger in the bathroom with her own child. It was so weird and I don't know. It just seemed out of place. Then we change over to Erica and David. They get ready to go on their date because, as you know, last week she told him that she wanted to go on a date, and she basically flirting with him, asking him to zip up her dress and stuff, and then asking her how he looks, and he just tell her that she looks fine and stuff, and then she was like, "You only telling me this stuff when I prompt you to." She told him he needed to do better, so he goes on this soliloquy of why he like her, he's attracted to her, she gets him hard, how he wants to make love to her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Tyler Perry, don't do this on cable television, because when David say he gets hard, that really, really cracked me up. Erica looked like she was kind of intimidated and was kind of scared because she was like, no, I don't want to do that right now because I really like you and stuff, which we could see that she was actually falling for David. So I don't know what her end game is with David, and if she's going to tell Candace that she actually likes him. But he was asking her what did Veronica say to her, and she was like, she was going to throw me out the window. Then he looked at crazy. He was like, oh, did she really say that? And he was like, no, I'm just joking. But she never told him what Veronica said, so she's holding on to that little bit piece of information for herself. And now we're back at Candace's house. As you know, last episode, Jim was watching it on TV. He actually saw Veronica in the background. So Veronica walks up to the thing, and this black cop was like, wait, you can't go into the crime scene. She was like, well, who are you? What's your name? What's your badge number? And he was kept telling her she couldn't go. And then the Asian guy walked out. He was like, hey, Veronica. And they had a back and forth, and he was telling her how, and she was telling him about the warrant, how it's invalid, and how the bank owned the house, so everything they found after 5 o'clock doesn't apply, so they won't have a body. And he asked her, why are you doing this? You know this girl killed him. She was like, I don't know anything. This is my client. And then she was like, and the Asian man was like, well, what kind of car does your son drive? Is it a Jaguar? Because we found some Jaguar keys on the body. And Veronica, she didn't say anything. She didn't seem shook. And then he was like, he wanted to talk to Candace. She was like, well, is she a suspect? Or do you have a arrest warrant? And he was like, no, we just want to talk to her. He was like, no, you won't be talking to my client. And then they say they wanted to talk to Jeffrey. And she was like, you won't be talking to him either. And him and her was going back and forth. And he was like, you need to be worried about your own case. So I guess that was a threat. Veronica didn't seem shook. And the cop said he was going to go over and he was going to talk to Jim. So Veronica was like, talk to Jim about what? And he was like, are you Jim's lawyer? She was like, no. He was like, well, Jim will tell you, or ask Jim's lawyer. And so Veronica, she didn't seem shook, and she just walked away or whatever. And then Jim walks up, and he basically called himself apologizing. She was like, you don't believe that? He was like, yeah, I know, I don't believe it either. Because she was like, I don't believe that. He was like, I don't believe it either. It was just so so crazy. And he was trying to apologize, trying to see was Veronica on their side, that she won't turn them in, but she never gave him a yes or no. And she just basically admitted to putting a hit out on Maggie, but she didn't come out and actually say it. And she asked Jim, was he wearing a wire? And I'm like, all this crap Jim does, I don't think he'll wear a wire on you. And then he was telling Veronica how he called the hit off on her because of David, and David loved her and all. She was like, no, you didn't call the hit off. You called the hit off because of the money. You don't have enough money. So I guess the money that Candace conned him out of, swindled him out of, hood talk, he was going to use that for the hit. And now he's trying to make it seem like that David loved Veronica, trying to get her to come back in with them and not turn them in. Veronica was like, she had her ear to the streets, like she really from the hood like that. Girl. But I guess since she defended all these criminals and stuff, they still owe her something, some kind of loyalty to her. So whenever she need any kind of hood information, she go to them. But she told Jim that the police was on his way to his house, and he's like, for what? So now Jim thinking that Veronica told the police some stuff, but she never say that she didn't tell anything, because she don't know why they going over there either. And like she told the officer, if it's anything big, they're gonna be her. She's gonna be their first call. I forgot to mention, while after Veronica got done talking to Jim, she called Jeffrey, and Jeffrey was in the doggone hotel with the cop. And she basically told him he need to get home. That the police looking for him, and tell him don't drive, take a cab. I guess she don't want them to pull him over some foolishness. So basically, he said he was on his way, and him and Justin has this back and forth, and he's telling him that he has to go home because he has to marry this girl that he don't want to marry. And the cop Justin was like, well, I've been through it, and I was like, oh, so now he's falling in love with Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, like, he doesn't like that the cop is like acting soft. He likes when he's acting, I guess that turns him on, when he's acting like he don't really want Jeffrey. And he told Jeffrey that Jeffrey stopped him on patrol from doing a lot of stuff that he shouldn't be doing. So basically, remember when he first stopped Jeffrey, how he was like trying to rape him, I guess, whatever. He probably did that to the other people, and the other people probably hasn't said anything because they don't want like the cops and stuff to turn on them. So I'm assuming that was some of the stuff that he did, or he violated some other people as well. But basically he telling Jeffrey that it's not that bad. But Jeffrey was like, well, I can't turn it on and off. Like, you attracted to both sides that I'm not. So basically Jeffrey was like, since he's bisexual, he's able to sleep with him and his wife. But Jeffrey said he can't do that with the girl, with Melissa. So they basically come to some kind of agreement, and the cop almost told him he loved him. Like, that was really shocking to me. He's finally admitting that he actually has feelings for Jeffrey, because he was like, he doesn't know why he's doing all this for Jeffrey. And Jeffrey was asking him, talking about, I see you couldn't get the key. And he was like, yeah, the ME was all over the body. Him and Jeffrey going through this back and forth, and they end up kissing. So back at White's law, Quita and the other guy, I don't know what his name is, they never said it, is still there, and White is pretending like he's going through withdrawal. I don't know if he's actually going through it, but he's acting like he has a lot of stomach pain and still begging for drugs. And Quita discovers that his money is in an offshore account. So I don't know exactly what their plan is to try to get White to wire the money to American banks, but I really don't know what the plan is. And then she started talking about, reminiscing about how White is a cute white boy, how she always wanted to be with a rich one. And the guy was like, you really finna do that? He was like, hell no. But he could watch us. So they go in White's bed and try to have sex, I guess. So White get on, I don't know if it's an iPad or like a small tablet or something. And he starts dialing something and calling somebody. But he's pretending like he has stomach pains, but he's calling somebody to come to the rescue. And Quita them don't even notice it. Whole thing. So we're back at the hotel. Q is done with his bath. In this last scene, Tika looked really pregnant. Tyler Perry, when Candace gonna bathe and change her clothes? When she came out, she trying to help Benny clean up. Benny like, get away from me. Benny's still mad. He cleaned up the people hotel. Don't they have a cleaning crew for that? But anyways, he want to play. Little Quincy want to play his game. Hannah was like, no, you have to get ready. We have to register you for school in the morning. And to my surprise, Candace isn't arguing with Hannah about keeping her baby anymore. Because as you recall, when she was with Oscar, she didn't want Hannah to even be near her baby. And also when she first got him back. So I don't know why she had a change of heart all of a sudden. Now is it because she's in this hot water? But it's so weird to me. And little Q was like, are you going to be here when I wake up, mommy? Before Candace can even answer or say no or whatever. Benny was like, yes, she will. So obviously she got to be in there in the morning when he wake up, but that baby ain't gonna never forgive her. But she called him over there, give him a hug, telling him that she loved him this much, and stretches her arms out wide. And Hannah gets the call, and guess who it is? Madam Catherine. And Hannah take her ragged ass in the bathroom like this is a private conversation. Catherine ain't nobody you gotta hide for what you talking about. But anyways, Catherine called her trying to see how she was doing, talking about she hasn't heard from her. And Hannah was telling her she got to sell the car because she need the money. And Catherine was like, well, I have your check. She was like, it's 5 days early. I'm thinking in my head, these people are rich. 5 days early ain't nothing to them. And Hannah, you need your money, so you need to go over there and get it. And Hannah was like, no, I can't let you give me any money or whatever, because Catherine was like, let me help you. She was like, I can't let you give me that money. She was like, why won't you let me help you? Like, and she was like, when I sell the car, I'll have the money. She was like, Hannah, why won't you let me help you? And then when Jim, ragged ass, barged in, boy, and he hung right on up on Hannah's ass. She talking about, hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? So he basically rushed in there to tell Catherine that the police were on their way, that Veronica told him. She was like, oh, so you talked to her? Why is she still breathing? And she was like, you let them tell her version before I tell them mine. He was like, because her version is the truth if she told them. And yours are full of holes that they could poke in it. But him and her go back and forth. He tell her when the police get there, she basically just need to sit there and be quiet. And you know she got mad as usual. But this still was a good episode to me. Next week looked even better. So thank you guys for watching. This is season 5, episode 7 of The Haves and the Have-Nots. All my social media links will be down below. I upload every week. If you want to buy my book, Football Wags, off of Amazon Kindle, you can. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.